Guys came in, got the save tonight. You tied the school record for the career mark in saves. Is that something? Did you realize you were getting close to that, or is that news to you?
It was kind of news. I try not to think about it at the time. A couple of my teammates were joking around before the game about it, but I just try not to think about it. It's something that is pretty special, but I just try not to think about it when I was out there on the mound.
What was the mindset of the team today going into it? And obviously you're disappointed by the results of yesterday. What were you guys thinking as you came out today on Monday?
Yesterday was a pretty tough loss. We knew we were a better team than that, and obviously with coach was pretty upset, and every guy in our dugout was upset after the game. And it's games like that you can't really drop late in the season, with RPI and all that, but. We knew that going into today, we just had to flush what happened yesterday. I mean, you play with a little bit of a chip on your shoulder, but ultimately flush what happened and go right after the next game. And I thought we did a better job of bouncing back today.
What are your first memories, I guess, of UCF baseball and Coach Rooney coming to recruit you? He told you, he told us about, the story in the summertime that he was recruiting, you and Talladay and Austin Johnson, Ronnie Richardson. Saw all you guys play in the summer. You kind of remember that moment in time when you started talking to Coach Rooney?
Yeah, it's kind of funny. He, I'm not saying he didn't want me at first, but he initially came to go watch Talladay and Austin, and he told me that I threw, I think, an inning or two of relief, and he kind of looked at my mannerisms on and off the mound, and he said that from that moment on he knew he wanted to have me in the program, and he thought I'd be a perfect fit, and it just all kind of went from there. So it was pretty cool.
And you said you were one of the first commits. He did say there was about 10 commitments in really short order that first summer. What kind of led you? Did you come in and visit and just fall in love with the coach staff and the school, or what kind of led you here?
The campus is beautiful, all that. I think the main thing, one of the main reasons why I came, for a couple of reasons actually. Number one, me and Austin Johnson both went to the same high school, so we were always talking about going to the same college and stuff like that. And he was getting recruited pretty heavily here, and at the time I really didn't have many offers. So I came here, and it was something. Rooney brought me in and told me that I had a lot of potential, and he liked my mentality on the mound, and I knew from that moment on that I was going to be here. So it's a great campus and all that, but I knew there was something bigger than just the surroundings.
Did he sell you on that vision going into it, and seeing where that vision is? Did you talk about Omaha and that sort of thing? Which was kind of far off back then.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because it's 3 years ago, but it seems like yesterday. But yeah, he's been preaching ortho ever since we've been here, and I know he lives it every day of his life, and he wants his players to do the same. So. I try to do the same, and I know our teammates try to do the same. So, it's funny because, looking back 3 years ago, we were talking about it, but now I think, it's reality, and I think we can accomplish great things this year if we just play one game at a time.
Brandon mentioned how you are one of the save leaders now. What does that mean for you, looking back 3 years ago? Did you think that you'd be in a position to be one of the save leaders for UCF?
Honestly, not at all. I came in my freshman year just wanting playing time, and like any freshman would. And he threw me in that role at the beginning of the season. So it's been a blessing, and I couldn't be more thankful for all the opportunities he's given me, and the Lord has given me. So I just thank I'm very thankful for everything I've gotten. And it's been cool. It's been a fun ride so far. Hopefully it keeps going.
What do you think in particular has kind of clicked for you this season? Obviously every player is maybe going to get a little bit better from year to year, but obviously you're really coming to your own this year, your junior year. Is there anything particular that you think has kind of clicked?
I think it's a lot more game experience. I feel like I've matured a lot on the mound, but I think it's just as simple as being able to command my fastball and mix my off-speed pitches in for strikes as well. So I kind of keep the hitters off balance, because when they see the same velocity or the same pitch over and over again, it gets a lot easier to hit. So I feel like I've been able to kind of pound the zone early and be able to mix up my pitches. I think that's what's helped me out the most.
You had a 6-out save today. What mentality-wise, what's the biggest difference between coming in for a 6-out save or just a 3-out save?
3-out save is it's just close out your inning. You're just thinking one pitch at a time, one hitter at a time. And to be honest with you, that's what I had to do for this one too. I'm trying to take every save as save opportunity as the same. whether it's 6 outs, 9 outs, whatever. If I have to come in for 3 innings, you just have to go. You got to roll batter to batter. So no matter what happens in a pitch or what happens in an at bat, you just try to go from hitter to hitter and pretty much take each pitch as its own. And I think that's the biggest thing for me that I've kind of adjusted this year with.
I guess the challenge now this weekend, I mean, this is what you want. You get 13-5, tied for first in Conference USA, facing really big games. It doesn't matter who you're playing in conference. You can go on the road to Marshall. Talk about the challenge of that.
We talked about it a little bit after today's game. Marshall, it's a unique thing because they play at I think a AA park or minor league stadium. So, there might not be as many fans there, and the surroundings might not be what we want it to be. But they're a tough team going in. They've always given us a good run the past couple of years. So we just got to do our part. Just take every game as its own. I mean, you saw from yesterday at Presbyterian. It's pretty much whoever shows up that day. So I think that's the biggest thing. We just got to go game by game and go from there.
As we talk about the changes from your sophomore to your junior year, you changed your walkout song.
Oh, yeah.
What did that? You were a Metallica guy, am I right?
Yeah.
Before, now you're a Jump Around.
Funny story on that, actually. I had Enter Sandman as my walkout my freshman year, and I got a piece of paper signed by Mariano Rivera saying I could use his walkout, kind of as like a joke.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the whole premise of why I tried that. And that song always pumped me up. So I love that song, but I knew I had a 4 ERA the last 2 years, so it's not really what I wanted. So I decided to flip things up a bit, and I saw how Brian Wilson carries himself, and I can't get the beard obviously, but I'm trying with a soul patch, but yeah, I loved his walkout song. I love getting the crowd into it, and whatever can do that the best, I'm definitely going to try to do. So I think Jump Around's helped me out so far this year.
You were Matt Collins' better walkout song.
Ooh, what is it? Good Vibrations?
Good Vibrations.
You know what? I'm not going to toot my own horn here, but I think I might edge him out there. He's got Good Vibrations is a really good one though. Yeah, I think Brian Brown. Coolio. That's another good jam. So I think we got a good vibe of things going on there that I like. Oh yeah. No pun intended.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks a lot, Joe.
Appreciate it.
Good luck
Thank
to you
guys.
this week.